Hello, everybody. Today's episode with Real Talk, KD Unfiltered. Again, that's Real Talk with KD Unfiltered. Um, let's talk about something, and I would like for you all to give me your input on this and what's going on. Um, I want to talk about 47's administration and some of the things that are affecting our country. Okay, I'm gonna go in two different directions, but just bear with me, but just follow me and give me your feedback. If you think differently, hey, I welcome it. But what I want to talk about is first the tariffs and what the United States received from Canada, and actually Canada being one of our leading countries that we get so much from. And that is the primary source for exports that Canada supplies to us, the United States, that is crude petroleum, vehicles, vehicle parts, large volume of agricultural goods, baked goods, cereals, vegetable oils, and beef products. In 2025, Canada's biggest exporting industries contribution to this trade and oil drilling and gas extraction, automobile manufacturing, petroleum refinery, and various metal and food processing sectors. This is causing a big problem because of the individual that's sitting in the Oval Office. He is and has misled a lot of people. And this won't be long, y'all. He's misled a lot of people, a lot of farmers, just a lot of people in general that have these type of businesses to think that doing the trading area that nobody, is money that's coming to the United States, and that is not factual. Um, the price is definitely being given out to, like, the farmers, for instance, and then passed on to who? Us, the consumer. So all that trillions of dollars that he's talking about, that he's getting on tariffs, that is just simply not true. And anybody that disagrees with me, all you have to do is Google it. You'll see. And what is done, I mean, look at this. His occupancy. So I don't call him a president. His occupancy has been marked by significant effects on trade and economic policy. For example, his administration imposed tariffs that reduced imports and temporarily lowered the U.S. trade deficit by nearly 24% in August of 2025. However, the tariffs also increase economic uncertainty, resulting in postponed investments, slower economic growth, projections in the long term. And let's talk about that because we've had some scandals and people that are in Congress and so forth where he put tariffs on different countries, and then different Congress people had stock on some, and then all of a sudden he lifted it, and then boom, they sell. Ain't that something? Sounds like insider trading to me, y'all. Sounds like inside trading. But now, let me get on. And then the short term GDP growth saw a slight boost. The overall economic impact is expected to fade with notable declines in wages, output, and capital stock over decades. The tariffs have also contributed to increased inflation concerns and cautious business investments. But now, due to all of that, it has increased layoffs, some business closures, all the above because they can't afford it. The high cost of getting goods, can't afford it. I don't drink coffee, but many of you do. Um, and the coffee beans we get from somewhere else. Um, but he got tariffs on it. So, I don't know how these big companies, well, yeah, I do. The big coffee makers, they're still making their money because I would imagine, but remember, I said I don't drink coffee, but I imagine the price has gone up. That's what's going on with the consumer. Price goes up for the companies, price goes up to the consumer. And this is because you have a occupant in the Oval Office that seems to think that when you make money, you're making money on tariffs, but you're not making money on tariffs. So that wouldn't be the case. That wouldn't be the case. And the last tidbit, I'm done with that because I'm hoping that you guys will chime in on this once I get this produced. That you'll tell me what you think. The other thing that I'd like to talk about is 47's administration and the effects that it caused on the Black and brown communities and the controversial complex. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Some might not like what I'm saying, but hey, it is what it is. Several executive orders monitored by the Congressional Black Caucus Foundation raised concerns about increased federal law enforcement presence in predominantly Black cities, leading to fears over policing and police violence. And we know it's the cities that are Democrat led cities. Orders affecting grant fund criteria also impacted organizations supporting racial preferences, LGBTQ plus rights, and academic undocumented immigrants. And we know all of those immigrants are not drug dealers and felons. Some are, but they sure pay a whole lot of taxes to the United States. And for those of you or people in general that think that, because what he said, he's talking about health insurance, they can't get health insurance because they're undocumented. But it disproportionately affects Black communities, especially in Washington, D.C. But on the other hand, 47's administration and supporters claim achievements in the Latino community, citing record low unemployment, increased ownership, and higher medium incomes for Hispanic Americans during his tenure in the Oval Office. So what do you all think about that? I don't agree with it. Look what he wanted more votes in Texas. He or the gerrymander, so he can get them to redraw the line. Tisha James said in the email, "Hey, you need to go get her." The former FBI director, James Comey, same thing. Because he said that he was going to get all of his enemies. Now, you tell me what kind of person that does that. All this political, tearing down the East Wing of the White House, putting all gold. Well, we know who you're getting that from. You're getting that from Putin. That's where you're getting it from, because you want to be a king. That won't happen. Everything that the judges state, you defy it. And it's a shame. It's a shame. But anyway, don't forget, please subscribe, like, and hit that bell notification button. And this is KD at KD Real Talk. Real Talk with KD Unfiltered. Let's go. Let's get jiggy with it, y'all. Come on. Peace, love, and blessings. And I'm out.